Hi, this is Laura Mountain with Cleveland Media Network. We're here at Books A Million getting ready to interview Governor Mike Huckabee on his new book, Simple Government. We'll also be talking with other people about why they are here and interested in Governor Huckabee.
Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all today? Good. Hi there. How you doing? Great. How you doing? Good.
Oh goodness, we love him. And if he runs, we'll vote for him, and it'll be her first time to vote. You talk, you're the one that
I begged her to bring me.
So you're not 18 yet, you'll almost be? Or you are 18, so this will be your first election to get to vote for?
Yep.
It will be. And she's excited. She said it was on her list of things to do before she dies was to meet Mike Huckabee.
Well, you got that. You got that done. So did you get to check her out of school today to do this?
Mm-hmm. I ran down and explained to them, and they let her get out. And then I told them I'd bring her right back as soon as we got through.
Well, I think that's great because that shows that we need more younger people getting involved with the politics.
They're like, who is that? I'm like, are you serious? Are you going to vote? You can't vote if you don't know who people are.
What is it do you think that you like the most about Governor Huckabee?
I like that he stands up for what he believes in. I like that he's a Christian and he doesn't back down from it. And yet he'll have people on his show that whether he agrees with their views or not, he's still will have them, and he's still very nice to them as far as he doesn't put them on a spot or make them feel defensive.
Right.
And we just like him.
Are you hoping that he will run for the presidential election in 2012?
Yes, I am. I am hoping he will. I think he has the intelligence that's needed for that position, and he has the conservative values and he loves America.
I really like the term governor, but to me, Mr. President sounds better. I just left a meeting of about 45 seniors, and they said, tell somebody that we're for Huckabee. He's new, he's different, he's experienced, he's a Christian. That goes a long way with me. I just think he stands for attributes of our country that we're built upon.
Right. And
that we're getting away from that, and hopefully he can bring this back.
Now, have you read his book yet?
No.
No? But you're going to do that tonight, right?
I will read it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
We're just getting folks if they want to sign up to get updates and such from Governor Huckabee and other information that they can look up as well to get information on him and anything that he's doing.
The message of this book is an important part of that decision because this is where I stand and what I believe. I take some very bold and frankly rather, for some people, unconventional stands in this book on things like Social Security and Medicare, but we've got to address those. So I want people to kind of know if they were to get behind a Huckabee candidacy, should I run? I don't want them to be as surprised as what I would do as they have been about what Barack Obama has done.
Your answers are a little more concise than most politicians. Is that helpful?
In the book or verbally?
Well, I interviewed you yesterday on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, your answers tend to be straighter than.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to shoot straight and tell what I think. I figure if I'm going to be in trouble with people, I'd rather be in trouble with what I really believe than something I don't. Mm-hmm. The biggest frustration I have is when I say something and people take that and don't quote it accurately. I always say that if you read your own quotes and they make you mad, they didn't quote you right. Because if it's what you really said, it doesn't make you mad, you'd say it again.
Yeah.
Is there a specific reason that brought you to Cleveland?
Well, the schedule's usually set by the publisher, but East Tennessee has been an area that's been very good to me, and during the last election we carried this area very strongly, so I'm sure they thought there might even be somebody here that would want this book.
Right. Well, you know, according to Fox News, that you are ranked #1 among the Southerners. Does that sway your decision in any way to run for president, or how does that make you feel?
Well, it is an encouragement, and I think even as much as that, polls in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and New Jersey lead in places like that, even in Maine. So one of the things that tells me is that 4 years ago people said, well, he's only a regional candidate. His appeal doesn't go anywhere beyond the South or beyond evangelicals. So what is encouraging is those numbers indicate that that's no longer the limitation, and that is a very strong encouragement for me.
Right, good. Well, let me ask you one question about your book. It seems that the vision that our founding fathers had for this country, we have gotten away from. In your book, you talk about the 12 essential truths that, according to, that you believe would bring everyone together: Republicans, independents, open-minded, Democrats. Do you truly believe that this is an opportunity, that this can happen to unify our country, or is this more something you hope and that you're willing to fight for?
I really believe it can happen. I mean, the Tea Party movement and what we saw in the last elections was a great reminder that American people still have power, and all they have to do is exercise it. And that was a wonderful affirmation to me of everything great about this country. And the very last chapter really expresses my optimism. And while a lot of people are gloom and doom and talking about, oh, we're falling as a nation, I refuse to accept that, because even in events like this, I meet some of the nicest, most hardworking people. These aren't people who really want anything from Washington other than leave me alone, let me raise my family. And I am just convinced it's a matter of rallying the good people of this nation to recognize they do have power to change it.
Right. Well, one last thing, if you don't mind. This will be airing on Facebook, and obviously Facebook has a lot of young viewers.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've noticed in my generation is there's not a lot of young people involved. Is there anything that you feel like that we can do to encourage younger people to get involved?
When I used to talk to student groups during my tenure as governor, I'd go maybe to a school and I'd say, how many of you guys are interested in politics? And, very few would raise their hands, because most of them are like, we just want to get out of class. I said, I'm really glad to hear that, because as long as you're not involved in politics, we can do anything we want to you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
I said, I hope you don't register to vote, because that way we can raise the age at which you can drive to 25. And we can put restrictions so that you can't date without a parent in the car with you until you're 30, and you won't be able to purchase, alcoholic beverages until you're 35. And of course they're all groaning and yelling and saying, no, no. And I said, well, wait, you just told me that you didn't care about politics and voting. I said, do you realize politicians don't answer to, quote, the people. They answer to the voters.
That's right.
The voters are their bosses. The people who don't vote, can't touch them. I said, so as long as you guys don't care, just remember that they can do anything they want to you.
Yeah. And
the other message really for younger voters is that what is happening in politics will have a far greater impact on them than it will on me.
Absolutely.
At my age, a lot of things in my life are kind of set in concrete at this point. And for somebody who's 20 or even 30, the decisions that are being made in Washington will affect how much they can earn, how much they get to keep, whether the government takes most of it, whether they'll have anything to retire on, whether they'll be able to send their kids to college, whether they'll ever own a home. So they better be more interested than me, because they got a lot more to lose than I do.
Absolutely.
And if I live out my life expectancy, they can continue to mess with me for another, 25 years.
Right.
If they live out their life expectancy, they got 50 years of the government fooling around with them.
This is true. Well, I hope you know we did talk to one young lady who did have her mother check her out of school to come see you. She was a big fan. So thank you.
I told her she should stay out the whole day.
Yeah. There you go. Enjoy it.
No,
well, Governor Huckabee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it very much. Lots of fun here today with Governor Huckabee at Books A Million in Cleveland. We thank you so much for watching, and keep in tune with us on Facebook at Cleveland Media Network.